Welcome to the Papa Meat channel. Today we are going to decide who can make the most handsome, the sexiest gingerbread, or I guess just cookie man. We don't have gingerbread, we have chocolate chip cookie dough. So today we're going to be baking cookies, but we're going to be making sexy men along the way. They're really rubbing me really hard. I don't know if I like that. We're each given 2 Pillsbury Doughboy cookie dough rolls. You have 30 minutes to make the foundation of your cookie monster. But after that, after it bakes, we get to decorate them up, and we will have a judge response. Don't touch me anymore.
Did you find a knife, brother?
Yeah, I found a fucking knife, brother.
This is almost more than enough.
Hey, Martha Stewart, how about you shut the hell up? I'm just looking to mold and sculpt. Some would say I'm an artiste.
Yeah, I don't know who's saying that. It's the female anatomy.
Your guy looks like he's gonna get fucked raw and hard. What do you think of this?
That's the most beautiful set of pussy lips on this side of the Mississippi.
Nice kissable lips. Dude, don't touch my fucking tray. Are those nipples?
Yeah.
Let me give an Adrian Brody nose. No, hey, dude, hey! People keep picking off my fucking tubes that I paid for. That's points off them. He's been fucking molding and crafting over there. All you guys have is fucking balls and like some terrible titties. The cookie dough is so oily. Look at my guy here, dude.
What's that supposed to be? I met a cyclops, dude.
Honestly, the balls split down definition is actually very good. I think I'm gonna leave mine like this.
I think
Yeah,
I'm
mine's
happy with
done.
where mine is.
Honestly, stop.
Gotcha!
Stop! Be sure to remove the plastic. Ow! Honestly, stop. You guys have the tiniest oven on earth.
Hey, you're up.
Okay, well, I hope you realize that we have 30 minutes to bake, and it doesn't matter who goes in first. Like, I went in. I'm starting the timer right now. I don't
Your
care. I'm
video,
here to
you
win
can
this.
decide.
Can someone just put theirs on the bottom?
Yes! Just f***ing do it.
Is it okay to put the sheet on the bottom of the oven?
No.
Why?
What's gonna happen, Justin?
What do you mean what's gonna happen? Yes, you dumb motherfucker.
What happened? What's wrong with it?
It's getting fucking heated there. The pan's gonna melt to the fucking oven and we're all gonna
The
die.
metal's gonna melt? It's gonna
Yes,
turn
you
to
dumb
liquid.
fucker.
What is this, dude? I told you not to smoke during...
Mine's going in the microwave.
What? What is this, dude? Honestly, Justin, just go.
Alright.
You're a... Matt, what I want you to do is just wait. We're gonna put this in for 30 minutes. If it cooks, it cooks. If not, we'll put it in. We'll let yours cook as well.
Dude, nothing cooks at 450.
I put it as 325.
Everything
350,
Everything cooks at 450.
I put it.
350.
Check it.
Okay,
It says
so
325 for
it says-
nonstick.
Oh.
Go up to 450. Go up to as high as the oven can possibly go.
How high does the oven go?
That's what we want to do.
It's gonna fry.
We want
Not
to
like-
cook.
Are the cookies done?
No, they're not done, you fucking moron. Just put them in. All right, guys, so the cookies are in the oven. Just give us about 30 minutes, and then we're gonna decorate those bad boys. You boys ready?
Let's see it. I want to see these first two.
Smells delicious.
He does smell pretty good. Jesus
God!
Hold on. Can I at least pull them out? Pull them out. There you go, buddy. Put it up there. Easy on my cookie.
Dude, it kinda looks like shit.
Hey!
Come on, dude.
I don't think you can eat that, dude.
Yeah, you can eat that. It's cooked. It's just you got now it's time to decorate. I'm gonna let this cool down for a little bit.
Yeah. Wait, so those eyes aren't edible? Those aren't dead?
Look at that eye over there. Look at this eye. Actually, my guy. Actually, you know what? I actually think I'm still in good contention here. My guy kind of looks like a grumpy old frog.
Did you not buy milk?
You didn't buy milk?
Why not?
Buy milk? How are we supposed to eat the
Because
cookies?
these are art projects, they're not something to be fucking
Hunter.
eaten. We're gonna put these on display. Oh, do you think that the people at the Great British Bake Off fucking eat their stuff?
No.
No.
That's how they judge it, dumbass.
No. They only eat stuff at the end of the season whenever they bring all the fucking losers back. Oh yeah. And there's like. it's just like a spray paint.
I don't think it needs to be that fucking, like, concentrated on there. Why are you making it so heavy? You ruined it.
That looks damn good, dude. While they're sitting there bitching and bickering, I'm gonna start prepping mine up. And mine looks great. You really didn't fucking hesitate to just start splattering that across, did you? I'm gonna use something. This is what us artists like to call, like, defining shade definition with this black. I'm just gonna get an understanding of what it is. Much like Banksy in Execute a Gift Shop, this is exactly what I'm gonna start doing with my piece.
Fuck.
What?
It's on fire.
What's on fire?
It's on fire.
Is it actually?
Get it out! Get it out! Get it out! Get it out!
My album.
Hey! I'm just gonna make mine look like a giant burnt cookie.
Dude, Jesus Christ! This is very bad ingredient.
Look at the cock. Look at the cock drip. Look at this. What happened to the eye you put in there before?
It's his third eye.
It's his third. I was about to say. Oh fuck.
I give my guy a nice thong. He kind of looks Tropicana. He kind of looks hip. He kind of looks like he is going to the beach somehow.
What does this shit taste like?
Put it in your mouth. It's all edible.
Oh, burned.
Does it?
It does, yeah.
Ryan McGee.
He's got nice red shoes, a six-pack.
Ow! My finger! Are you fucking? Look at the painted.
What? It does sting a little bit.
Yeah, stings kind of a good bit.
Oh, it stings.
Yeah, it does actually.
Mine looks like a Peanuts character, which is an art style.
Yeah, just because it's a fucking art style doesn't mean it's good, dude. We are done decorating the cookie challenge! This is awesome. Hey,
And now,
done decorating! Done decorating! Justin, you're our judge. You're our judge.
left or right?
Here comes the judge. Alright, we're going left to right. Here comes the judge.
This is mine. I wanted to present a nice guy who is in white face with some red shoes, and he's very fit. And he has some pecs and a six-pack, and he does, like, as I said, white face. He does like powdered makeup because it makes him feel good.
What do you call this one? What is this?
You can call him whatever you want. He doesn't.
But I just mean like a name for the entire art piece. Do you have anything? Or is it just up to interpretation?
Brian.
Brian.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Brian. I really like what you did here with the shoes and also the six-pack. I mean, it's kind of sexy. Do I taste it or
Yeah,
taste
taste
test?
Yep, definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna go right here for like kind of like the nuts area.
Okay.
This is the exact consistency I like for cookies. It's soft, it's chewy.
I'm gonna lose some points then for sure.
I really like the face. I like the eyes. I like the nose.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna say the winner yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna give everyone kind of like a fair. But let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
This one I like to title El Diablo.
El Diablo.
The
Again.
eyes are supposed to be something that was intimidating. I wanted
Yeah.
people to feel afraid of this cookie, along with the black exterior to make it feel torched like it was from another kind of planet.
I like. It's very. It's kind of. So
gonna taste very sweet.
Is this supposed to be like
Now
a
this
thong
is a
situation, or-
thong, the thong that is connected into his pectoral definition,
Understand,
along with
okay.
a little dribbly pink mucus here to kind of give an otherworldly effect. But if you notice, stop. I'm presenting.
Hey.
Get away, back up. Ashley.
Easy. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with just the presentation.
Thank you.
You said the name was El Diablo.
El Diablo.
Do I have to say it like that?
Yeah, that's the whole name.
I love the torched edges here.
Thank you.
And the eyes also. I'm really impressed with that.
Thank you very much.
Hi. Today I'm going on an odyssey. I'm going to try every fast food restaurant that's local to me and kind of see which one has the best pumpkin spice item. Surely they can't all taste the same, can they? I don't know. So today I'm dressed up. Hey, Crip check.
On the rocks. Yes, sir.
Wow.
My shoes here are $13 Chinese sandals that I got from a website that I'm pretty sure stole my information.
So I paid $220 just for this piece right here.
I got some Nike shorts that don't fit me as well because I'm getting fatter by the day.
This is like nothing like 25,000.
We got a scarf that's itchy as f.
This chain by itself is 150.
My hair got dead at Claire's, and I got a hat from Target also.
He ain't do me too bad. It's like 45.
If you think my isn't tight, you right. I'm loose as shit, boy. Come and get it. Eat this shit up, boy. Eat this shit up, boy. Okay. I'm ready to be fingered outside of Starbucks. Let's get it. Is that a good intro? All right, hop in. Watch out, tiny one. Get my C8. The objective is clear. Who has the best pumpkin spice drink? I'm not gonna pretend to know, like, I'm not an avid coffee drinker. I'm not gonna pretend to have the best palate, but for a fucking severely overweight guy, it might be kind of helpful for the whole nation who's all and fat too, to be like, which place has the best one? Actually, we should put some fucking money down on this. $2 bet that I mean, we don't have the most money in the world, you know? I mean, $2 is something we can throw around, right? Starbucks is gonna be the king. They're the ones who invented this shit. I'm saving Dunkin' for last because Dunkin' has the most infamous one. Dunkin' Donuts has the fucking like ice spice drink, whatever, that apparently has like 180 grams of sugar, which somebody broke down on TikTok was equivalent to 14 of their glazed donuts. That's insane. How we're gonna judge this though, it's gonna be a 3-scale system where it's how pumpkin-y does it taste? 2, like, basic bitch, does it pass the basic bitch white girl barometer test? Because I like fraps, dude. I'm not a guy who smokes black. I'm not a guy who drinks black coffee and smokes cigarettes. That's just, I'm not that guy. I like iced chai lattes. I like caramel frappuccinos. Like, if anybody has a good basic bitch parameter, it's me. And then lastly, general enjoyment. The later we go, we're gonna have to give some people a little leeway because after so many fucking drinks, after a while, I bet I'll be sick of it. But that's the scale system, and we're gonna go off that. We're gonna try to go to as many as we can. I'm calling this the pumpkin spice triathlon. Or the Pumpkin Spice Gambit. It's like that one movie with the guy who played Aragorn. And he rides that horse.
Hidalgo?
It's like Hidalgo, but with pumpkins with drinking commercialized plastic coffee. It really has nothing to do with Hidalgo the more that I think about it. If I die during this, that would suck. Please upload the video if I do die. First up, Starbucks. What's your favorite fall song?
Fireflies.
Yours is? I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. 'Cause I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. What the fuck does that even mean? I'd rather stay awake while I'm asleep? Isn't that what he says? First round, dude. Starbucks. Let's go!
Starbucks, what can I get started for you?
Yeah. Can I get an iced pumpkin cream chai tea latte?
What size?
The smallest one you got.
Alright, anything else?
Nope, that'll do it. What the fuck does he mean by fireflies, dude? Like, boys, don't be fucking that suspicious, dude. Fuck! 'Cause planet Earth. Hello, thank you. All right, first fucking drink acquired. I'm excited. Should I park and give my thoughts? Starbucks pumpkin chai latte. Pumpkin scale, I give it like a 2. The cold foam tastes more like cinnamon. General white girlness, I mean, it's Starbucks, so it's a 5 out of 5. Like, I feel fully in uniform now, holding the Starbucks cup. Fucking general enjoyment, 5 out of 5. This is a fucking nice drink, dude. Does it immediately scream pumpkin to me? Yeah, there's a little bit of pumpkin in there, but it's not like, oh my god, is this pumpkin? You could literally just call this the nutmeg cinnamon latte, and I feel like people would be like, oh my god. I can see what the hype is. I see why girls go fucking nuts. Why don't they just sell that every day? God, look how fucking dirty my finger. It doesn't feel seasonal.
I think it's because pumpkins are being made right now.
Dude, there is no way they're using real fucking pumpkin for that. That is definitely a chemical they made in a lab that they fucking squirt plastic into to inject into our fucking fat gullets, dude. Starbucks is trying to fucking trick us and be like, no, that's what pumpkin tastes like.
Think a corporation would do that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they can only grow pumpkins one kind of year, so. All right, Smoothie King is next. Oh, God. Oh, look, it's real pumpkin. Smoothie King is saying this is real fucking pumpkin. If it doesn't taste, we're going to see. Can I have the pumpkin coffee high protein? Thank you. They said it was pumpkin coffee, but this just looks like a pumpkin smoothie. Let me pull in here. So they're saying that this is just pumpkin coffee. And they did, on the sign, they said that they did say that it was made with real pumpkin. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know why.
Be the most pumpkin-y.
It's weird. It's not bad. It was like, it tastes like a granola bar.
All right, where are we at on the pumpkin scale?
0. 0 in pumpkin. If that's made with real pumpkin, start putting the artificial shit in because that is fucked. White girl accessibility, 0.
It's definitely, that's not a white girl drink.
No, this is for the white girl scale. Like, listen up, honeys. If you're a white girl and you're gonna go meet your friends, like, let me stop and get a coffee. Don't fucking stop at Smoothie King because you'll look like a fucking goon. If you're a white girl, it's Starbucks or bust, or else you're gonna look fucking poor. You wanna look poor in front of your friends who are driving like Mercedes and Range Rovers and shit.
You don't think it tastes like a pumpkin pie?
Do you think so?
I think it kind of tastes like a pumpkin pie.
It tastes a little bit like.
Well, now see, you're fucking gaslighting me because the more I drink it, the more I kind of taste the pumpkin. I can taste a little bit of the pumpkin. I would still go like.
You are enjoying it though. It can't be a 0 for the general.
I wouldn't give it a 0 for enjoyment. Even if it was just a blended Nutri-Grain bar, it tastes pretty good.
It's going down smooth.
It does go down. Smoothie King. They are the smooth. They are the smooth king. Dude, don't show that. I'd give it a 2. A 2 for pumpkin. I mean, like, I feel like I'm fucking up, but.
So distraught right now.
I feel like I'm fucking up because I feel like I can't give it lower than Starbucks because Starbucks, that even tastes like pumpkin. So I'm going to give this a 3. You know what I think has fucked me up is I started with Starbucks and I got the fucking cinnamon nutmeg in my mouth and I was kind of like, is that what pumpkin tastes like again? And then Nick gaslit me, so I don't know how real this is, but my final scoring is going to be a 3. In terms of enjoyment, I mean, I drinked it. Like, I'm not mad that I got this, you know. Fuck! Smoothie King, 303. Almost halfway there. You can't fault them for a fucking nutritional.
I mean, what we're expecting from Smoothie King, you know?
Not a lot. I actually thought it was going to be worse, if I'm being completely honest. Also, I don't know what the fuck is up with women. I've seen some bitches with some big Wendy's! The redheaded stepchild of the fast food industry. People who like Wendy's, unironically, they're usually drug addicts.
I like Wendy's.
So we're getting... Well, you've done a lot of drugs, Nick. I'm not trying to, like, point fingers, but you're a bad guy. That's what we're getting right there, baby. The Pumpkin Spice Frosty. Can I get the Pumpkin Spice Frosty?
$2.54.
Thanks. $2.54. That's kind of a fucking deal, isn't it? $2.54. Well, what if it's like obnoxiously small, and then you're like, oh, why the fuck did I pay $3 for this? God damn. Thank you, boy. Okay. I mean, look, the presentation, Wendy's, come the fuck on. If you're a big old girl, maybe you'll like this. Okay. Let me tell you something, dude. That little driplet right there, that tastes like tapioca pudding. That could also be part of like my salty ass fat skin, but I don't know. Oh, God, my sweater! God. I mean, look at this, dude. Look at my fucking hand. He gave me 2 napkins. He's like, it's a little overfilled. Am I... Sip that. Don't grab it because the lid will come off. You know, fucking get covered in pumpkin shit. Does that taste like tapioca pudding to you?
Yeah.
Taste that shit.
Weird aftertaste.
It tastes like fucking tapioca.
Oh, yeah. Spice they have in there.
Motherfucker. I'm gonna go back in there and shoot up. This is bad. I mean, like, pumpkin fucking 1? This is my theory, dude. They took a pumpkin powder, they fucking melted some tapioca pudding, and they mixed it in there, and then they froze up and blended it into some fucking frosty. In terms of presentation, this is I'm giving it a -1. -1 for white girl. And then general enjoyment, 0. I didn't enjoy any of this. What is that? What score is that?
That's a perfect 0.
No girl in general, no basic bitch is going to like be like, yes. Also, it says Wendy's kick it with Fox Big Noon, like just the cup, everything. The little timid worker that was working the front, fuck it. The little timid worker who was working the front window and he fucking handed this to me like it was poisoned. He was like, it's a little overfilled. Take it, take it. Have a good day. All right, fucking 0. Goose egg. Wendy's is dead last. And you know what sucks even more? That redheaded bitch. I said I like a Frosty. Now Nick's sucking on it like it's a little fucking, like a baby in a tit, dude. Look at you over there. He's like this. Honestly, that was the biggest waste of money so far. $2.54 for that. They should be giving those away to punish people. Where's my hat, by the way? Where am I? Is this Caribou Coffee? Okay. Can I have a small iced pumpkin chai latte? Can I also just get some napkins with the order?
Some napkins? Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, see you at the window.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. She sounded nice. I hope she's cute. Fucking hell, dude, this fucking hat. I need one of those, like, park ranger hats that have, like, the buckle underneath it. Because those motherfuckers wear that hat, like, really far up on their head.
That's why they gave Luffy.
Shut up. Hello. $6.40 for a small coffee. Thank you. All right, boys. Caribou coffee. I'm not gonna lie, the fucking sugar is definitely hitting me. I've had way too much of it. And the caffeine, there's a lot of caffeine. I was trying to date this girl one time in high school that worked at a Caribou coffee, and one time I got a Frappuccino up there, and I seriously had diarrhea for 3 weeks. That's not an exaggeration. It probably was a collection of things, because 3 weeks for food poisoning is absurd, but I've always just been like, I'll never go back. And here I am, first time. We got some syrup on the bottom, so I'm trying to spin that up a bit just in case. But presentation, for a white girl, 4. I think that you could probably look cute. A basic bitch would be like, oh yeah, it's Caribou coffee. Actually 5. Got the blue straw with it. Very minimal design, you get to see the coffee. I'd say it's a 5. I'd say that. That is intense.
Oh.
That hits you in the face.
That's like inside a Michael's store.
Yeah, no, that is like, yeah, a Hobby Lobby.
I don't like that.
It's like grain alcohol. Oh my God. What the fuck, dude? In terms of enjoyment, that's like a 1. I'm not gonna finish this. This is disgusting. The people were very nice. So far, best service. I'll say that. People at Starbucks are nice too. Really, it was just the people at Smoothie King and the girl trying to get me to donate to her sick daughter that I was like just kind of a bit off-putting. But did you taste pumpkin there? That's like
cinnamon and
literally, it's fucking cinnamon, and like Starbucks does the cinnamon and nutmeg in a way that's like really nice. Like I could probably have fucking 9 of those Starbucks pumpkin spices.
Diabetes.
This is fucked. This is like Chernobyl. This is like somebody left their fucking pumpkin spice latte out during Chernobyl, the fucking reactor, because I know there's gonna be some guy who's like, Chernobyl's the name of the city, asshole. I mean, pumpkin zero. That's horrible. It seriously tastes like when you go into a craft store and all of those little cinnamon broomsticks are out and it smells fucking horrible. If Kohl's Cash was liquefied, this is what that would be. Liquefied Kohl's Cash. That's what this is. That's terrible. And it was the most expensive one. That's the fucking most frustrating thing about it. How does my wife have so much like shit? Like one sip and I feel like that was the same mouthfeel as like the people of Pompeii. Caribou coffee needs to be fucking put to sleep. Caribou coffee's a 14-year-old lab dog. Time to put her down, all right? Starting to shake, its hips are giving out, can't fucking stand up by itself, shits and pisses where it sleeps. It's like, it's done. We're done. Hi, do you guys have a pumpkin spice drink?
No.
Oh, okay, thanks. That's all they said that they did.
7-Eleven, bitch.
The wig is coming off. Maybe I'll put it on for another one, but right now, fuck. I don't know how people wear wigs, dude. It's fucking unbearable.
it's better than being bald.
No, it's not. Being bald rules. Have you ever shaved your head? You like it? Did you like it when you shaved it? Why? Why didn't you like it?
I look like a skinhead.
I mean, you were a skinhead. What the fuck do you... That smells like a nice... Oh, smells pretty good.
Put a little cinnamon in there for you.
You tampered with it? We can't put that in the video. This is a non-tampered with pumpkin latte from 7-Eleven.
How much was it?
162.
Oh, wow. That's good. Basic bitch cup. This is a nice cup. Kind of stylish. I can see people accessorizing with this. Also got a little coffee bean on the bottom there. That's kind of fun. It says small. I give the basic bitch aspect of this a nice 3.
Yeah.
It's a nice 3. It just doesn't have this mistake. It's like the Walmart versus Target thing, where it's like people perceive Target as being fancier than Walmart. So it's like people would look at this and they'd be like, you're a bum. Dare I say a 5 on the pumpkin scale?
Whoa.
This tastes like a fucking pumpkin. It has a little nutmeg taste to it, sure, but this is not here. Take a sip of that. I'm gonna have to go 5 on pumpkin. And in terms of general enjoyment, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Wow.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
That's a fucking nice pumpkin coffee is what that is.
It's creamy.
You get a little taste of the coffee, you get a nice taste of the pumpkin. It goes down smooth. It's nice, fresh, hot coffee. I'm gonna give it a 5.35. 7-Eleven's pumpkin coffee is better than Starbucks, I'll say it. I'm picturing a nice, sleepy, hollow October morning. Nice fog rolling in. Still kind of waking up. I do one of these days, I'm like, oh, god damn. I'm like yawning, you know what I mean? Do one of those. Go in there, and then I fucking... That's heaven. That is, unironically, that's a fucking home run. Wow. You know, 7-Eleven, fuck's sakes, man. Yeah, no, that's the best one so far. I would have never thought. I would have never thought. The cheapest drink of the day. Dude, I could wear this shit, unironically, couldn't I? I look damn good. I don't want to be that guy, but I know, like, when you know you look good, and you're just like... You sit there too, and you kind of expect compliments. You ever had one of those days? Isn't that fucked up? Ooh, like yawning and shit, trying to make noise so people like look at you.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna grab that, but the hat that I have on.
Yeah, my face doesn't get as burned since I got this hat.
I'm trying to call it that. My hat.
Yeah. Especially when somebody like makes fun of the thing that you feel like you look good in. Nice fucking hat, Cruella DeVille. And I'm like, I don't look like this isn't Cruella de Vil's hat. Come on. Dairy Queen! No. There used to be one in my hometown I used to live in, but I think a guy got stabbed there and they shut it down.
Shut it down just 'cause one guy got stabbed.
I think it was a grisly murder that was like... People were like, I'm not going in there. Thanks, buddy. Have a good day. All right, I want to go on record right now and say that is the smallest thing. That was $5.36? $5.36 for this. Presentation's nice, though. It definitely tastes like pumpkin. Like, it tastes like pumpkin concentrate. Like those fucking cans. It definitely has that. It's good. It's fine. It's so middle of the road. I give it a 5 for pumpkin. In terms of actual pumpkin flavor, that shit is like right there. It does taste like a pumpkin pie. Basic bitch aspect of it, I was gonna go low because it's Dairy Queen, but $5.36 for that small thing. Basic bitches love to overpay for stuff. So like right now, I give it a 3. You have to take some points off because it's like, there's no way you don't look like just a fucking fat idiot eating a fucking pumpkin frosty. Enjoyment, I would never eat one of these again. I mean, it tastes like pumpkin, but that's a lot of fucking money. I mean, enjoyment a 2. It doesn't taste bad, but the idea of like, does it take me somewhere else? Do I feel like I'm in Sleepy Hollow while I'm eating it? And the answer is no. 5, 3, 2. 10 out of 15. It's not the worst. I would be surprised if anyone had one of those and like, oh, I go back every year for them. Versus like Starbucks, people were like, oh, it's pumpkin spice, I'm gonna go back. All right, last one. Dunkin'
Donuts. America runs on
Ben Affleck's cock. He's been making a lot of cringy commercials with Ice Spice right now, trying to promote the pumpkin spice thing. Can I do the pumpkin spice ice signature latte? $5.24. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed because I know that Dunkin' Donuts is supposed to be the like economic version of all this shit, so it begs the question, why just wouldn't you go to Starbucks? But people say that they like Dunkin' Donuts coffee more than other shit, so we'll see. If you guys like Magic the Gathering and that kind of shit, which I do, because I love pussy and I love money and power and respect and loyalty. If you're in Kansas City, that is the best magic shop, action sports, games, and more. Hey, have a good rest of your day. The last one, the most infamous one. Pumpkin spice here. I mean, even the label's orange. 2 pumpkins swivel, 2 vanilla shot milk, whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and cinnamon sugar. AKA, I'm gonna cut off my left foot. The presentation's nice. Basic bitch aspect, especially with the whipped cream with the nice drizzle and all that. This is definitely a 5 in terms of basic bitch scale. Let's go in for the taste though, boys. Okay, pumpkin 0. I seriously don't taste any pumpkin in that. It's like a white chocolate latte. Boys and girls and they, thems, or whoever the fuck. I don't give a fuck who's watching. A good life lesson with this, dude. Looks aren't everything, right? She's a pretty girl, but her pussy stinks. It's a pretty guy, but he has a tiny dick and a bad personality. This is substanceless, dude. Absolutely fucking substanceless. I mean, like, they have caramel drizzle at the bottom. Why? Why would they have that there? Enjoyment? I feel robbed. I feel like I was like, oh, I'm looking for something pumpkin, and I got a vanilla latte with a bunch of like fucking throw up on the top of it. Even just to be like, oh, is it like a nice vanilla latte? I mean, like, no. That's the problem though I have with Dunkin' Donuts coffee in general though, is that it doesn't ever taste like coffee. This just tastes like a fucking sugary mess, which can be fine. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a hoity-toity guy. I mean, you guys can see me, I'm a fat fucking idiot. I like the nice processed bullshit and all that stuff just like everybody else, but this just sucks. Also, it feels so overpriced. If this was like $2 and you're like, I mean, it's $2. You know, you get almost $6 for this? Fuck that. I mean, probably give it 1 just because they gave me it. Like, I feel like I could only give it 0. There's nothing in it. I'll give Dunkin' Donuts that at least they weren't fucking Wendy's and an insulting barrage of fucking nonsense. I will say, as a final thought for just the driving segment here, drinking this much pumpkin, I don't think that's good for you. Like, not just the sugar thing, but like even just all of the different like weird pumpkins. There was definitely some pumpkin stuff where I was like, that could maybe be real. I mean, I'm sure it's all fake garbage, but I think that I'm tapped for the season. I like getting a nice pumpkin spice latte every once in a while, but man, my tongue feels like I put it up to a lighter or something like that. It just feels singed. Feels like my taste buds are just fucking completely depleted. So there you have it. We did it. 7-Eleven, who would have thought they had the best pumpkin coffee? I know this wasn't all about coffee, but it was about pumpkin drinks or stuff like that. I wasn't about to go to IHOP and get like fucking pumpkin pancakes and stuff. I wasn't gonna do any of that. Maybe for a future video that'll be that, but I'm surprised, man. The grand scheme of things, people are just still gonna go to Starbucks. You know what I mean? But all in all, seriously, that 7-Eleven drink is fucking amazing. Dunkin' Donuts and Wendy's, you should be ashamed. The fucking door should be locked. Everybody who works there should be thrown into the streets and fucking ridiculed like the Hunchback or Quasimodo. That part of the beginning, that haunting beginning sequence of Hunchback of Notre Dame. So, do you agree with this rating system? Do you not? What do you think? Have you had any of these drinks? I'm just trying to say this for engagement in my comments. All right, it's all I care. I really don't give a shit about what you have to say. I have my own opinion. You're not gonna change it. If I had to say anything though, I swear to God, go to 7-Eleven and get that coffee. It's actually really good. Until next time, have a great rest of your pumpkin season.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
Help! Oh God! Oh no!
Brought to you by NordVPN. Oh. It's you. You've completed the crash course on theatre and wine, have you? Feeling smug, are we? Deserving of love, perhaps? Worthy of eye contact? That's cute. But there's still a lot more work to be done. Look here. These shoes are made from real Italian leather. This bag is made from the leather of real Italians. Not impressed? How about this fur coat? It's made from the wolf of Wall Street. An Xbox with the original PT demo still installed. A signed first edition copy of Moby Dick with its little-known sequel, Moby Balls. And last but not least, the squid from Squid Game. Don't you get it? Oddities. Weird stuff. I mean, the first section's on perfume. Listen, I'm going to level with you. I kind of got distracted, and we went off topic. I don't even know what this is about anymore. Here's my Netflix stand-up special. It should explain everything. That's going to be a hard act to follow. That Kramer guy has some very good one-liners. But I've got some jokes lined up. Question. Why is perfume so expensive? 'Cause you have to pay perfume. Why do they call it cologne? Have you ever smelt one of those? It ain't great. Oh? Mic must not be working. Deodorant? In this market? I'd want a deodor buy. Is this thing on? Okay, let me tell you the story of perfume. See, to be fancy, people wanted to stink good, but people naturally stink bad. It's science. So in the beginning, people went to the garden to find the best-smelling things that they could. Here's a photo of the oldest perfume bottles ever found. And what's inside? Just garden stuff that smells nice. But we did not just stop at that, because the story of perfume is the story of progress. By the time Cleopatra came around, perfume science had really advanced. You see, Cleopatra loved perfume. In fact, it was said that she had a whole perfume factory. The olfactory, I believe they called it. But this factory wasn't just mashing flowers. They were using emulsifiers, adding resins, creating tinctures. Cleopatra's very own Chanel No. 1 contained cardamom, cinnamon, olive oil, and myrrh. So we've gone from garden to pantry. And she loved spritzing the stuff everywhere, supposedly even spraying it all over the sails of her ship. That way people could smell her from miles off as she sailed the Nile. By the early Middle Ages, we had figured out the formula for perfume. Effectively, there are three main components: water, alcohol, and the most important bit, the aromatic oils. And by the way, perfume and cologne are actually the same thing, but in different ratios of these ingredients. By the 1600s, they were trying all sorts of different things. Some things went well. Dude, pine. Pine. What about orange? I call it new car smell. But once global trade opened up, our taste became more exotic. Out of the pantry and into the petting zoo. For you see, it turns out that animals have been hoarding all of the most bestest perfume smells. Yes. In the olden days, a bunch of manly men would brave very rough seas in order to pull aboard sperm whales. Now, they would cut open the digestive tract and pluck out a secretion of bile called ambergris, or in English, grey amber. Sometimes they would harvest the rest of the whale, but eventually ambergris became so valuable that it was simply more economical to dump the carcass back in the ocean and collect the next batch. Like when you kill a racehorse for its prize-winning jizz and then just leave it there on the tracks. Alright, quick science lesson, eggheads. Ambergris comes from the gross part of the whale. And when the whale eats something quite sharp, let's say human bones, the ambergris forms around them and protects the lining of the gut. That's the ambergris' role. That way, as the sharp thing continues down the intestines, the whale doesn't get poked. But if ambergris comes from a whale's digestive tract, what does it smell like? Surely not good. When it's dry, it smells kind of woody and earthy, but when it's wet, it smells like ass. But it's not actually the smell that's the useful function. Ambergris is a fixative, so what it does is heighten and bring out the scent of other things. These flowers? They smell all right, but add some ambergris and that's the one. Now, once they figured this out, they realized, there's a whole bunch of things we can use a fixative for. And they got quite gross with it. They added it to food.
Just a touch.
In fact, it was said that King Charles's favorite dish was ambergris on eggs. But they didn't stop there. They added it to rum, they added it to coffee, they added it to cigarettes and smoked it, and they used it as an aphrodisiac. Now, some people will say that the whale is a mammal. But that's not strictly true. It is in fact a fish. Just look at the tail. And you may have also heard that there are a lot fewer of them these days, which, although a relief because their absence helps offset the sea level change, climate, whatever, we were worried that we might run out. So we said no more hunting whales for ambergris. But did that stop the perfumers? No. They immediately asked, hey, do you think there are any other animals that smell kind of weird? Yes. Turns out the musk deer has some potential. Now, we hunt the male musk deer specifically because it has a particular gland called a musk pod, which, when dried out, looks like this. And it uses it to mark its territory and attract mates. Now, don't worry. Unlike ambergris, this doesn't smell like ass. Instead, it smells like ammonia and piss. And you just can't get a smell like that at home. So we started hunting them to the point where they were a protected species. So the authorities said, you have to find a different animal. So from there they moved on to hyrax feces. One of the most feared and dangerous animals in all of Africa. And it was the inspiration for the original Lynx Africa smell. Now, their feces, when dried, is called hyraceum, or Africa stone. But it's not just these ones, they have other stones in Africa, come on guys. Now, the smell is fairly similar to deer musk, but unlike the deer, the hyrax doesn't need to be killed or disturbed for their feces. They're just giving it away. In fact, hyrax even have a communal toilet, which is used for generations, which makes it very easy to collect up all the good stuff. But it's not just the hyrax, I've got other animals. Remember those civets from the virus videos? Wait, don't wash that thing's anus. Mom, get the bottle. Turns out it's the anal gland of the civet that's actually the important smelling bit. Who's figuring this out? Why don't they use the good parts of the animal? It's the bacon part of the pig, you know? Anyway, it's the ass that produces all the delicious musk.
It smells like shit.
Right, but it must be good for something because it goes for $4,000 a kilo. But we ain't done yet. You know when you've just killed a beaver and you cut open its ripe abdomen? Well, the reason it smells so good is because of a little gland called the castor sac, which makes a yellowy scum-like substance called castoreum. And it is used to waterproof the beaver's fur coat and also mark its territory. It is also very fragrant. And you know what that means. If it smells, it sells. And in this case, castoreum is more kind of leathery, with smoky hints of vanilla. But unfortunately today, you're not allowed to harvest the beaver. They're walking around very smugly, just like the other protected animals. But you know what? We don't need them, because we have a synthetic version of castoreum now, and it's just as good. And you know what? We've got a synthetic for the whale, the deer, and the civet now, and they're used in lots of mainstream perfumes. Modern day, we've got a synthetic version of practically everything. And even better, the advancement of synthetics has opened up a huge range of smells that were never possible to distill or capture before. And the result is some very silly perfumes. You know that bacon bit of the pig? We got that now. Windex smelling, pretty much anything you can think of really, someone has created a fragrance of it. In some instances, we're even beating nature herself. For example, you know those roses that you get at the florist? And then people go, these smell beautiful. But actually, those roses are not bred to smell good. They're so specialized for good looks, longevity, and disease resistance that they've practically altogether lost their smell. So often what the florist will do is add an additional scent to the flower post-picking. And typically a synthetic rose perfume is used because it lasts longer and doesn't dry out the flower. Yep, we're just that good. And what's the future for perfumes? Well, I don't know. But what I do know is it's going to involve some comedy gold. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, my wife asked me for Chanel No. 5, and I was like, not right now. I'm watching the football. You know, on the television. You know what? I am gonna say it. If it's good enough for Kramer, it's good enough for me. Ad time. This Christmas, she works in the big city.
Busy professional, my career, this and that.
But she's going home for Christmas.
Small towns are the worst. I'm a big city career gal. Oh my God, are you okay?
I am now. And she's about to learn the meaning of Nordmas. The most VPNist time of year with a 30-day money-back guarantee if you go to nordvpn.com/internethistorian. Ha 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 ha. Soon I will have installed public Wi-Fi in all of Nordville, and once they use it, their private data will be exposed. Governor Craven's got this town by the baubles, and I can't believe that big city company you work for works with him.
Come on, we have to put up the Nordmas lights for the big Nordmas festival.
What? Let's go ice skating. What?
He's so cute, but I'm a city girl.
Girl, you sound like you're in love.
I thought I knew what Nordmas meant, but it means nothing without you.
It's like the end of March.
It's always Nordmas time of year with Nord's huge discount on a 2-year plan. Use the URL, nordvpn.com/internetstory for a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's the best VPN in town.
Now I love small town, and I'm in love with Nordman, but I can't leave behind.
Ad's over. You know, that ad makes me think about the time I nearly had a wife. Feels like a lifetime ago now. I was in Japan, living the digital nomad lifestyle. I had a startup selling seashells down by the seashore. But I broke the one rule of being a digital nomad. I got mad. Digitally. And that's when I saw her. It was love at first sight. I remember her laugh. Her touch. Every morning, breakfast in bed. But the truth was, I had no money. We couldn't live on love alone. So I left. I sought out to make my fortune. I tried so many things.
I actually think this sucks. I'm out.
And I bet you're wondering how I finally struck it rich. Well, truth is, I'm the guy who invented the Joe Rogan podcast. Once I became a gajillionaire, I went back to that beach to try and find her. But instead, I hit her with my boat. We never found her body. But she had a secret. One she took to her grave that I was sworn not to tell. She's not around, so... Dude, she was a mermaid! Come on, champ, we're going to Japan. And here's where it all begins, in the year 2022. It's a Tuesday, probably. And local folklore researcher Hiroshi Kinoshita is looking up some fantastical animals in the National Yokai Dictionary. It's like the bestiary from Witcher, right? And he comes across a photo negative of a mermaid mummy. Oh my god, he says in Japanese. Upon seeing the mermaid, he knows that he must track it down. He must form a team. Researchers, assemble! So he gets together the best damn crew that he can from the University of Science and Arts at the Okayama Prefecture. And he plans to track down the mermaid mummy, wherever it has escaped to. Now, it doesn't take him long to figure out that it's being held at the Inuin Temple in Asakuchi. You know the one. So he struts up to the sacred building. And there at the back of the temple is a fireproof safe. And inside of that is an old wooden box. And inside the old wooden box was the mermaid. We found it! We found a real one! But where did it come from? Well, alongside the mermaid was a note that dated back from 1903, and it said, "A dried human fish, aka Ningyo, was caught almost 300 years ago over in the seas of Tosa. It was then dried out and taken to Osaka. And from there, it was passed around to many different people until it arrived at the temple." Now, the Ningyo have an important history in Japan, and sightings of these half-fish, half-human creatures have cropped up all across the country. Kinoshita himself had personally tracked down 13 of them all across Japan, usually kept in museums and temples. However, what you might not know is that traditionally they have been associated with bad omens. Aye. And everyone knows the infamous tale of Yao Bikuni. But I'll recite it to you just in case. So the story is that one day, a poor fisherman catches the biggest fish of his life. It was a strange-looking fish, and its head was almost human-like. But he brought the fish home and invited all of his friends and family to come over for a feast to celebrate his largest catch. You know, he's got his arms stretched out like this. He's like, it was this big. No, it was this big. I swear, it was this big. During dinner, one of the guests sneaks into the kitchen to see just how big it was. This big? I can't believe it. And he discovers that it is actually a Ningyo. Oh no, he says in perfect Japanese. Now he quickly warns the other guests, don't eat it. And he warns them just in time. Teishi! They've got their fork like right up to their mouth. Teishi eating that! Teishi, don't do it. They throw all their food away. Let's just have some rice and drink the night away. Okay, so they do. And they have a lovely evening. However, one very dishonorable guest decided to sneak a bit of the meat out of the trash and put it in his pocket. He then goes home drunk and falls asleep. He didn't eat it. But when he woke up the next morning, he checks his pockets and... no! The delicious fish piece is gone. Turns out, in the night, his daughter had been rummaging around in his pockets looking for treasure, and she found the meat from his pocket. And she was such a greedy guts that she decided to eat it then and there. The father was terrified for his daughter, but she didn't seem to be sick. Do you feel weird at all? And shaking her. He decided not to tell her anything. Maybe it'll all be okay. However, from that day forward, the daughter never aged. That's right. She remained a young adult forever. She eventually went on to marry, but as her husband got older, she stayed the same age. Eventually her father got old and died, and soon enough did her husband too. Everyone she ever knew was getting older and dying, but she remained the same age. She was immortal. Eventually, at age 120, she decided to shave her head and become a Japanese nun. She traveled the country, planting trees as she went, and she did this for 800 years. But eventually, she grew tired. You know what? I'm tired of living. She entered a cave in her hometown of Obama, and she was determined to never come out again. She begged and prayed for the curse to end, but it never did. She sat in that cave for so long that she turned to stone. And today, at the Kuinji Temple in Obama, remains the cave that Yao Bakuni entered. People have been into that cave to check whether she's still in there, but nothing was found. However, a stone statue of her resides at the entrance. And colloquially, it is called the Barack Obama. So we're back with Hiroshi. He asked the Inuin temple if he could borrow the Nino. Look, let me do a little CT scan on it, right? And they agreed. Hiroshi hands the Nino to a team of scientists, and they get to work. They do their tests. Beep, beep, boop. Control plus scan on the keyboard, and here are the results.
It's stage 4 cancer. I'm so sorry.
No, but really, turns out the Nino dates back to the 1800s. The note that said it was from the 1700s was wrong. Its body is made from cloth and cotton, wrapped in pufferfish skin. The tail was made from a croaker. I don't know what that is. Can we show that on the screen? With the mouth of a different fish and the hair of a mammal. And they can see that there's a metal nail in its back. Oh my god, it's invented tools. The forensic analysis and the construction materials in its back did cast some doubt over its authenticity. But you gotta believe in something, damn it. As promised, the Nino was returned to the Inuin temple, where it still lives today. But where, oh where, did my mermaid go? It's her! You're back! You know what, I kind of missed you. And what the hell is that?
Daddy.
You know what, I never did find her again. I think these things are a big myth. We're here on the ancient streets of Cairo, and there is our destination. In these triangles, the greatest luxury that all the elites crave. Oh, God, no, not that. The second most thing that mummies. You can find them in these tombs, and there's only ever like one dude guarding them. But before we take, we must understand. Mummification started over 5,000 years ago, and they were first discovered by the Europeans in the 15th century. But the legend goes the locals knew about them even earlier than that. It's an elaborate process, but essentially you're drying the person out, turning them into a human salami. Alright, so when the Europeans found all these mummies, what do you think they did? Put it in a museum, right? Wrong. They used these mothers for everything, and everybody wanted them. What do you mean they used them for everything? Well, fancy people would take whole mummies and show them off to their friends at fancy dinners. To really show off the owner's wealth, they would sometimes unwrap them too. They were used as paint. They call this mummy brown, by the way. They were used as fertilizer.
Oh man, talk about supercharging your soil.
They were even consumed.
Don't mind if I do.
No, not like this. By grinding them up into powder and taking them like a herbal supplement, which they called mumia. But with such high demand for your mum, after a while, they began to run out of stock. Uh-oh. They were becoming rarer and rarer to find. They were being gobbled off the face of the earth. So the authorities passed a bunch of laws to protect mummies from becoming altogether extinct. These are the last two of their species, and they're both male, but they won't mate. No. But the mummy is much like the Tasmanian tiger. Every once in a while, one will just kinda show up and prove that they're not altogether extinct.
Open the door.
The year 2013. The location, Stiefels in northwest Germany. We are at the Kettler household, owned by grandfather Kettler, who is now dead. But he had a son, Lutz Kettler, and Lutz Kettler also had a son, Alexander Kettler, and they are both there at the house. After a rainy day, there was a leak in the roof. So 10-year-old Kettler gets up into the attic to explore. Have a bit of a look around. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. Old antiques, photographs, and, some old roof tiles. Those will be useful. So he goes over to the roof tiles and, behind them is something strange. A box. A mystery box. Now the kid is smart and he's seen Jumanji, so he knows not to touch the box and instead go tell his dad. Now the dad drags the box into the center of the room. And he opens it. And inside, a smaller box. But it's very curious because it is covered in hieroglyphs. So Lutz crosses his fingers, hoping nothing supernatural will happen. And he opens the inner box. Inside is a mummy. Oh my God. But there's more. There's also two smaller boxes. One contained a death mask, and the other a canopic jar. All right, so he might have a dead body in the house now. So naturally, he calls the authorities. The police show up and ask some questions. Lutz then explains a little bit of backstory. He remembers that in the 1950s, his father went to Derna in Libya. There, he acquired a chest and had it shipped back home. He remembers a conversation about it, but grandfather Kettler insisted that it was a replica. Das ist ein Replika, son. Not a real mummified person. Now, at this point, the police did not think it was a real body, but it was worth getting it scanned just in case. So he loaded it up in his station wagon, and off he went to the Berlin Archaeological Institute. Now, they agreed to do a scan, and so they're fiddling with buttons and dials and stuff, and it's fake, right? It's fake? Well, here's where things get a little more dramatic. Results inconclusive. There is a fully formed skeleton here. Now that is unusual for a fake. Often a fake will just be shaped like a person, then filled with sticks and cloth and rubbish. However, it got even stranger. They found that all of the bones were wrapped in some sort of metal plating or foil. Next they looked at the skull, and that's where things were the most odd. It was very realistic. Its teeth had roots. Its form was more intricate than the typical fake. It also had a laurel, but even more notably, there was an arrowhead lodged in the eye socket. Now that is very unusual for a fake. Hold on, I got more evidence to do. So they're doing more tests and stuff. All right, we've carbon tested the linen wraps. What's the verdict? Well, those are from the 1900s. Now the plot is thickening. We have a supposed fake mummy, but with a very realistic skull, perhaps murdered by an arrow to the head and bandages that date to the modern day. That presents a new problem, because it's not unheard of for people to do a murder in the modern day and then cover things up by disguising the body as an ancient artifact. For example, in the year 2000, there was a man who claimed he found the mummy of an ancient Persian princess, the daughter of Xerxes. However, when they examined the body, they found it was, in fact, a potential murder victim from 1996 who died from bludgeoning. All right, so the police now actually have to get involved, and it's about to get even more complicated. So they confiscate the body and they do their own tests, and the results this time say, nope, this thing is 2,000 years old. It's not fake at all. It's ancient. What? So eventually the experts all get together and go, okay, this is dumb. Let's take it to Eppendorf University and have it properly tested, and not just tested, crack the thing open like a delicious Kinder Surprise. So this new set of experts gets to work, and when they open up the mummy... Alright, remember how we said that the bones were covered in a special type of foil or metal plating? Well, it turns out the scientists didn't quite get that right. Instead, the bones were sprayed with a metallic chemical that prevented X-rays from going through. The bones were made from plastic. Or at least, the body was. Turns out, the skull is real. Yes, a real skull, and not from an ancient mummy, but from a 20th century man. However, it was not a murder. This skull is from a cadaver, and it was medically prepared for educational purposes. And what about that arrowhead? Well, it turns out that that's from a children's toy. Someone just popped that in the eye socket as a joke. So finally, the mystery was solved. It's just a plastic skeleton with a real dead guy's head put on it. Wait, how does that solve the mystery? Anyway, so Lutz was satisfied that the whole thing was fake and not a murder victim. "Oh, let's put that back in the attic," he said very Germanly. But then, eine Bitte? Was ist das? He says. Another box? The Book of the Dead? Well, that sounds like a fun read. So Lutz starts reading the ancient Egyptian out loud. Anaxunamun, Imhotep, Brendan Fraser, and what happened next will shock you and make for a very good thumbnail. Hey there, champ. You're probably wondering why I'm out here on this park bench. Sometimes I just come to see the autumn leaves. Winter will be here soon. Dust in the wind. Truth is, sport, I have a highly contagious respiratory disease. I won't be around much longer. Dust in the wind. I'm like Willy Wonka from that movie. And you're like that ugly kid from the Willy Wonka movie who gets all his stuff. Or the Oompa Loompa, I don't know, I haven't seen it. The point is you're so close to being fancy. I can feel it. There's just one lesson left to learn. Anyway, speaking of ancient Egypt, here's this ancient Egyptian gun. And Franz Ferdinand, what are you doing here? Of course, he's not the real Franz Ferdinand. He's a mummy. Now, the thing about the ancient Egyptian gun is that it's very Uh-oh. I hit your congratulations for being somewhat fancy cake. Come on, Mr. Ferdinand. We've got to clean this up before the Park Services Commission hears about this, and they make another complaint. Right, we're almost done with the series, and then it's back to the usual content. So in case you missed it, there's also Drinking on Incognito, a new story mode out next week. And if you like fancy, that's great. But if you don't like fancy, don't worry, it's not forever. Ooh, goodbye. Ooh. Don't forget NordVPN, nordvpn.com/internetastory. Huge deal on a 2-year plan, you'll love it. Brought to you by NordVPN. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Look at you. Uncultured. Unsophisticated. Middle class. No, don't speak. You'll just make me throw up. I'd say cover up with this dinner jacket, but I'm afraid that you'd get your head stuck in the sleeve and asphyxiate.
Help, I'm stuck.
Listen, lowborn. Don't you want to be refined? Don't you want to be fancy, like moi? That's French. I don't expect you to know what it means, but I have some good news. Before this financial year ends, I have decided to make a charitable deduction. It's you, champ! For you see,
You can have premarital sex.
There's virus. I have made several videos, though, which will show you how to bluff your way to the inner circles. Undetected. Yes. By the time the elites find out,
Neon Genesis Evangelion is psychological and intense.
It will be too late. I get you in, you eat all the hors d'oeuvres, and we get out. That's the plan. And let's begin your instruction with theater. the YouTube premium of upper society. And the first section? Symphony. The first period of performance, that's called Baroque, from 1600 to 1750. This featured Bach and Vivaldi. Now there was also a guy named Giuseppe Tartini, and he was the best one of them all, because one evening he had a dream, where the devil showed up and presented him with a deal. The devil would become his teacher and impart on him everything he knew about music. Yes. Once Tartini had learnt everything he could, he handed over his violin and asked the devil to play. The devil played the greatest musical piece